Welcome back to MMA Surge. I'm your host, Andrew the Squid Montanez. We just got done watching UFC on Fox 5 featuring Rory MacDonald against BJ Penn in the welterweight matchup. So I'm going to break down this fight. This is basically your old prodigy, BJ Penn, who was a very young fighter. He won himself a welterweight and lightweight title against this new age fighter, basically the new prodigy, Rory MacDonald. So Rory MacDonald came out noticeably a lot bigger than BJ Penn. He came out and just kind of dominated the center, really just took control of the striking game, throwing these high and low level kicks that really confused BJ Penn. Rory was able to pick apart BJ Penn the entire fight, landing strikes at will, and probably could have finished the fight, but ran away with a unanimous 30-26 decision. All right, so let me show you a few moves from the fight and show you exactly what Rory MacDonald did to win this fight against BJ. So I'll bring Simon in. So when you're fighting BJ, let's say I'm Rory, Simon's BJ. BJ Penn is basically your boxer, jiu-jitsu wrestler guy. Doesn't really throw too many kicks, kind of throws a lot of boxing punches at you, sometimes throws a head kick, but you don't really see dynamic kicks. Rory's the type of guy, he's gonna hit you with strikes that you've never seen before. He started the fight throwing a lot of these head kicks, he was doing these low leg kicks, and he just came out and really set a nice jab to start the fight. He showed that BJ is a lot smaller, that he probably should have stayed in the lightweight division, because Rory can keep BJ at bay, while when BJ extends his hand, Rory can hit him from there just because he has just more height and more reach. So the first thing that was cool that Rory did was this, he would throw this kick and he'd make you think that the kick is going low. BJ would react as it's a low kick. He would come high with it and really had BJ guess and landed a few big shots. And not only did he throw these low to high kicks, he got BJ really guessing when he was doing this boxing and started beating up his liver. Another thing that Rory was doing really well, he was throwing these elbows, and he was throwing elbows that not a lot of fighters throw. He'd get close to BJ, and BJ kind of fights with his hands slightly down a little bit. He threw this really nice Superman elbow. You don't see that very often. And the reason why the Superman elbow works is because when I throw the Superman punch, if I'm close to the guy, I can't get really a lot of full extension. The Superman punch is a better one to hit from distance where you can fully extend your arm. So that being said, when you're this close to the guy, I could Superman and really throw that elbow across when a strike might be really light. So that was really cool. He was throwing these dynamic elbows, and he even threw a lead arm elbow, which was cool. That you don't expect the guy to just jump in and come with a lead elbow. And that's actually the strike that stumbled BJ in the second round. BJ was stumbling all over the ring, and it was because of that lead elbow. So you guys at home, try to practice some of these elbows. Get a bag and try your Superman elbow, try your lead elbow, and just make sure you turn through with the elbow. And the last thing Rory did really well, he did these feints. And the feint is pretty much what opened up the kicks in those elbows. And what a feint is, rather than a fake, a fake is if I would kick and bring my foot back. That's a fake. But a feint is when I'm moving with a guy and you kind of mix up your movement and your beats, and you kind of trying to get the guy off balance. The idea of doing a feint over a fake is that I would feint him where the guy really doesn't know what is coming at him. It's this type of movement where you get a lot of head movement, shoulder movement, a lot of these hard steps. And when you get good at feinting someone, that's when you can really pick apart your opponent. He had BJ really tired. When you fight a really tired opponent, you want to feint him, because when a guy is out on his feet, like BJ was falling all over the place. So if I'm BJ, I don't want to get hit. So when a guy fakes me, you kind of overly react because you're so tired and you don't want to get hit, that you kind of want to survive. So these feints are awesome, because if I feint, you see how a guy reacts, and then you could land some sort of strike. I could feint low and then come high with something. So I think that's why Rory MacDonald came out very hard instead of high pace was he kind of came out and took some risks, but he knew BJ gets tired. So the most dangerous part of the fight for Rory was like the first 3 minutes of the fight. But after those first 3 minutes in some exchanges, BJ was tired. And then Rory started to pick his spots and pick his opening. So, you know, for Rory, it just kind of shows, you know, he's kind of this new age. He's basically a new prodigy. You know, what Rory does really well is his basics are so, he's been doing this sport for so long that his basics are so good that he does these really dynamic and creative strikes. You saw him trying these spinning back kicks. He's getting kind of flashy, and you know, he does these strikes that you don't expect that are coming. Like these lead elbows and these low high stuff. He could do that so well that he's probably gonna be like the next champion in the next few years. He's kind of showing us which direction the sport is heading in, and it's these really advanced, smart fighters are really winning rather than these super strong and just very athletic guys. It's the smarter fighters that winning. You see it with GSP. All right, so that was the recap of the BJ Penn Rory McDonald fight. I gotta admit, I'm a little heartbroken because I got into this sport watching BJ Penn. It's tough seeing him lose like that, but what I like is it shows the level and the direction that the sport is heading in. He used these kicks, these elbows, and these feints to break down BJ Penn, and I'm not sure if BJ Penn's ever gonna fight again. My suggestion would be take a longer time off, take maybe a few years off or a full year off, and maybe come back at lightweight or even 145. I think he could actually make 145. He looked like he had a little bit of bulk on him, but at least lightweight. So if you like this breakdown, you know, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Got a lot more breakdowns. We're breaking down all the fights that happen on this card. I'm the Squid, and I'll see you next time on MMA Surge.